Alright everybody, welcome to the video. We're doing a deck tech for blue, green, Pummeler. So this entire deck is built around Electrostatic Pummeler, a 3-mana 1/1 that when it enters the battlefield you get 3 energy, and then you can pay 3 energy and double its attack where X is its power. It gets plus X. So basically all that Pummeler does is you pay 3 energy, you double its attack and its defense. So this was an archetype that when Kaladesh first came out was a green-red Pummeler variant, and then with the banning of Attune with Aether kind of warped into a blue-green deck, and this is kind of our version of that tier list. So if you're looking for the tier list and don't mind pumping in some more cards into it or some more wild cards, you can look up some blue-green lists online, but this is kind of the one that we threw together with the collection that we have, and it's been pretty good, pretty consistent. So as you can imagine, the entire deck is built around Pummeler. If you could squeeze a 4 of in the deck, you definitely want to do that to give its consistency, but we do have other ways to win without a Pummeler. But this is our main plan. So game plan number 1 is to play a Pummeler, pump it up, and get in a ton of damage. So one of the perks of going into blue is that you get a lot of ways to make the Pummeler evasive in addition to trampling. So let's talk about some of the evasive cards that we have here. So we are running a 4 of Cartouche of Knowledge that ideally we want to strap on the Pummeler to give him flying so we can get him for a ton of damage. So it gives him +1/+1, lets us draw a card, and gives him some evasion. Next up in the pump spells, we are running 4 of Larger Than Lives, and this is one of the big kill conditions in the deck. It makes the Pummeler a 5/5, and with 2 activations, he is a 20/20 trampler. So Larger Than Life, huge part of the deck, huge boon to it, and we want to make sure that we get that on that Pummeler to get in. Then next up, we're actually running a 2 of Nature's Way. This is kind of an inefficient card, but it does do a couple things. It gives our Pummeler trampler and lets us remove a big creature out of the way, so it's really our only form of removal in the deck. This is very much a combo-ish style attack deck, so we want some interaction that works with our major game plan, and Nature's Way is one way of doing it. So next up, we got a couple of just generic pump spells. We got High Spire Infusion, gives something +3/+3 and 2 energy, which sometimes let us get to our additional activation of Pummeler, and of course a 3 of Blossoming Defense to protect our combo piece. But if for some reason we can't win with Pummeler, we do have a couple of creatures that can really take advantage of energy and can take advantage of these pump spells. So we were playing a 2 of Greenbelt Rampager. It's a great way to generate some early energy, and a 3/4 beater is pretty huge. Works well with the Cartouche, works well with the pump spells. Next up, we got a Shielded Aether Thief. We're playing a 3 of, it's a flash creature. When it blocks, we get 1 energy, and we can pay 3 energy to draw a card. So this helps us to churn through our deck, stay alive, and generate a ton of energy. One thing you can do at somebody's end step is, let's say they come and attack you, you can flash in the Aether Thieves to block their creature, which might throw off their calculation whenever they're talking about how many times you can activate Pummeler. Next up, 2 of Anticipate, just to help churn through our deck, make sure that we get our Pummeler, make sure we get the cards that we need, and can be played to find a pump spell or a Blossoming Defense that goes after our Pummeler. Next up, we have 2 of Imperial Voyager, 3 mana 2/3 Flying Trample, and when it deals combat damage to a player, you get that much energy. So this is just a very efficient energy threat here. Lets us get on the board, lets us block flyers, and lets us generate that energy for that all-important Electrostatic Pummeler. We are also playing a 2 of Hadana's Climb. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then if it has 3 or more counters, you can transform the Hadana's Climb. So this card is actually pretty sweet. If you're running some blue-green decks, it's a great card. Whenever it flips, a target creature gets +X/+X, where X is its power. So it's actually another Pummeler style effect that we could put inside of the deck. And then rounding off our top end threats, we got a 1 of Bristling Hydra. I like Bristling Hydra a lot in this deck. If you have more copies of Bristling Hydra, you can replace them with the Skyrider Patrol, but still, Skyrider Patrol is just another good threat. 4 mana 2/3 at the beginning of combat on your turn. You can pay blue and a green to get a +1/+1 counter on target creature and give it flying. So another way to give Pummeler some evasion. And then to round it all off, we're playing a 2 of Aether-Tide Whale. Just a great way to get a ton of energy, and if you notice, it gains 6 energy, which lets us get the double activation of Pummeler, and for 4 mana, it gets the ability to bounce back to our hand. But the real reason why we're playing it is it's a whale that has flying. You can't get overvalue like that. Mana base wise, pretty straightforward. 24 lands, 7 islands, 8 forests, a Botanical Sanctum, Hitherland Harbor, Woodland Streams, and of course a 4 of Ether Hubs. So there you have it, guys. If you like the deck, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we will see you next video. Thanks.